Hi, I'm Tashna, a creative streamer on Twitch, and I focus primarily on bead sprites made out of hammer beads. This is an exclusive YouTube video of my making of Majora's Mask from The Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask. I got this bead sprite from DeviantArt from a user called Hammer-Girl. I will link it below, and she has some really great bead sprites that she shares on there. Really one of my favourite ones I could find, although I do change some of the colouring a little bit later on. Hammer is the brand that I like to use. It's the only one I've had experience with, though available there is also Nabi, Artcal and obviously Perler. I like the melting point of Hammer in terms of how flat it gets. I like a really pixelated look in my bead sprites, whereas the other side will be quite spherical. With Perler I'm not sure I could recreate that the way I like, and so I will definitely be sticking with Hammer in the future. I'm trying to keep Majora's Mask quite symmetrical at the moment. I'm always cross-referencing where a bead is in comparison to another bead to make sure I'm not miscounting, which I miscount a lot, so here I am. This whole project took me about an hour and a half, not including the second ironing, which took me a little bit longer. You don't want to iron it too much because you can wreck it on the first go, so you definitely need to keep an eye out on that. I have a couple of different reference pictures up on the screen, and I'm just cross-referencing those whenever I move my mouse around to make sure that I'm happy with how it's going to end up. There are actually two different reds in this pattern, you might be able to tell in a minute. They're pretty close to each other, and in person the reds are quite difficult to tell apart. So there's that. Definitely check your beads. And if you're not sure, check them underneath a webcam because the exposure exposes them. I change the yellow here. I really wanted to go for a pastel yellow in the eyes and the top of the perler, and so I was able to have enough to do that. This is the final project before I iron it. The ironing is, for me, the most important part, and there are two ways to do it. There's the way I'm doing it right now, which is you put the paper on and you can iron it on the boards a bit before flipping it over. This is what I use because the masking tape method, which I'm going to explain to you, doesn't work for me. I'm just terrible at it. So the other method is to put masking tape across, put holes through the masking tape and flip it off the board. I can't seem to get the lines that I like from that, so I don't use it at all. I also iron the back of the bead sprite a little bit. Not everybody does this, and I understand why, but it gives it a little bit more strength and it's not gonna bend the opposite direction. I'm back to ironing the front here, and this is the first iron, so I do iron it again to get the finished result, because if you iron it too much on one go you can absolutely wavy your lines. Here's the finished project. The front, as you can see, is quite flat. I'm really happy with how it came out. Hooray! I'm going to flip it so that you guys can see the circular back. If someone wanted to use that as the actual front, that would be fine as well. Thank you so much for watching this video today. If you like what you see, please click subscribe and follow on Twitch at twitch.tv/Tashna.